I'm Jimmy Fallon. I'll be making sure that you get through this experience in one piece. You've got the very best guide.
Guide, Edward.
And the greatest driver.
Driver, John.
They're the best. I love them. Even though
Edward
owes me $5. I know you guys are excited to get on the tour, but first, a few safety rules.
Yes, thank you, Jimmy, for such a lovely and personal introduction. Safety first and foremost, before we get on our way, just some regular reminders. So, don't forget, in case of an emergency, like a medical emergency, something happens to fall off the side of the tram, or you just have any audio or visual issues in your car, simply pull the red cord in the center, and I'll be back to assist you as soon as it is safe to do so. Most importantly, please remain seated at all times, keeping arms and legs inside the vehicle. We are entering private property of a real working film studio. It is prohibited to jump out of the tram at any time. Please no smoking of any kind during our studio tour, and last but not least, be prepared for just about anything. We do have several attractions built into our experience today, so expect the unexpected. Loud noises, fire effects, sudden tram movements, and some water effects are to be expected. Alrighty then, we are officially leaving the theme park behind us, now venturing into one of the world's largest, oldest, busiest movie studios where some of the biggest names in Hollywood come to work every day. So we're going to start things off by traveling down our movie timeline. We're noticing movie posters on either side of the tram. These posters representing just a few of the thousands of movies that we have made over our many years of filmmaking. This logo, we all know this very infamous song celebrating our 100th anniversary. Now, for a really brief history, the studio tour began in July of 1964. Now, the movie studio itself opened their gates March 15th, 1915. Some photography stills on your monitors from opening day ceremonies. Now, the man with the bow tie on your screens, his name is Carl Laemmle, the main founder of Universal many years ago, once envisioning this literal city dedicated to making motion pictures. So on our right, that is not a movie set, that is a real working fire station. Today, you are also visiting Universal City, a real-life city dedicated to making motion pictures. We have our own fire station, our own sheriff's department, and our very own zip code. We've never had any residents here, so no one's actually ever lived in this very unique city, but till this day, we still have all the amenities any production would need to allow their magic to come to life on a daily basis. So plenty of photo shoots, commercials, music videos, television shows, big blockbuster films have utilized our studio lot from one time to another. Very similar to our theme park expansion with Superintendent World officially opening in 2023, our movie studio is also undergoing a 5-year enhancement plan. So we'll see construction on both ends as we take it out of the front lot of our film studio. A majority of our sound stages are located here. On your left is your very first soundstage sighting. This is soundstage number 12, home to many seasons of the hit singing competition show The Voice. Also home to a lot of larger-than-life movie scenes over the years. So these are all great examples of the movies that filmed those scenes inside of Stage 12 over the years. But keep in mind how close we are to the theme park. I mentioned this earlier. Super Nintendo World officially opening in 2023. That is on your right-hand side, our lower lot theme park expansion. Check out any updates for Super Nintendo World and our social media updates and our website as well. All right, we are in the heart of the studio. Let's take a look on your left-hand side. Stages 20 through 18, and these were recently used for the brand new show Bel Air, the dramatic retelling of the original Fresh Prince of Bel Air. Now this show currently airs, or streams I should say, on the Peacock streaming service. Other shows that currently air on Peacock, Season 4 of AP Bio starring Glenn Howerton and Patton Oswalt, recently filmed in the stages on your left, as did the second reboot season of Saved by the Bell, another reimagining also on Peacock. Now, just a couple of weeks ago, these stages on your left were used for Season 2 of a television show called Hacks. That show airs on HBO Max. Ooh, that's the sun. On your left-hand side, Soundstage 16 is where Alfred Hitchcock directed the iconic shower scene for the 1960 thriller Psycho many years ago. It's a lot of movie history here, of course. Now, typically, stages 16, 17, and 21 are usually a bundle for these shows, so Hacks was also filming here not too long ago. A couple of years ago, a giant superstore was created in stages 16 and 17 and 21 for this show Superstore, starring America Ferrera, Ben Feldman, and Mark McKinney.
I know it's hot in here, but let's have some patience for one another.
Yeah, you know, the heat makes us all act.
If your face stays where it is, it's gonna get punched.
So not a real store at all. This was a massive television set created in 3 of our stages. But think about other types of shows. The 3rd season of the Kelly Clarkson Daytime Talk Show currently films on our lot, soundstage number 1. The stages on your right have been home to game shows like Celebrity Family Feud with host Steve Harvey, another game show called Hollywood Game Night with Emmy Award-winning host Jane Lynch.
Whose name is worth more in Scrabble times? Uzo Aduba or David Oyelowo? Uzo Aduba.
Now the stages on your right-hand side, classic sitcoms once filmed in these stages. The Jeffersons, Coach starring Craig T. Nelson, Sabrina the Teenage Witch starring Melissa Joan Hart. Recently, these stages on your right have been home to several shows, including Rutherford Falls starring Ed Helms, another Peacock original show. Season 3 of the TV show Never Have I Ever, created by Mindy Kaling, which airs on Netflix. Soundstage 44, recently home to Season 2 of Mr. Mayor, starring Ted Danson, Holly Hunter, and Bobby Moynihan. You might see another well-known Ted on your left-hand side. Cheers, Ted. The fictional teddy bear welcoming us now to the production bungalows we're noticing on your left. Many years ago, these bungalows once the dressing rooms to the stars. Stars like Rock Hudson, Jimmy Stewart, Doris Day, Lucille Ball, mostly during the golden age of film. Currently, these bungalows are production offices to some of the biggest writers, producers, and directors in town. So take a notice on your left. You might see some parking spots. Some say $7. Some say Monkey Paw Productions. $7 is Dwayne The Rock Johnson's production company. Brought you movies like Red Notice on Netflix. His show Young Rock on NBC just started their 2nd season a couple of weeks ago. Monkey Paw Productions is Jordan Peele's production company. Brought you scary movies like Get Out and Us. His brand new movie trailer for Nope coming to theaters this July 22nd. You'll also see Bungalow 5195 on your left, that very familiar silhouette to those offices once belonging to the master of suspense himself, Mr. Alfred Hitchcock. You'll also notice stages 22 and 23 on your left. These are recently home to Season 2 of Kenan, starring Kenan Thompson, Chris Redd, and Don Johnson. Now in just a moment, we're going to say goodbye to our front lot as we take you to the back lot of our movie studio. Here in the back lot, we like to say the world is just around the corner. We're going to see that production activity for American Ninja Warrior on your left-hand side in just a moment. But for our purposes, we're going to bring you back to Skull Island first and foremost with King Kong 360 3D.
It's the original King Kong that made me want to direct movies. I saw that movie on TV when I was about 8 or 9 years old, and I wanted to become a filmmaker. I like films that just take you away from your real life and sweep you up on the edge. Kong literally does that. I mean, you're on board the ship, you're sailing to a lost island, you're encountering monsters and creatures from, prehistoric times.
Alright, for those not familiar with the studio tour, this is where things will start getting a little bit more bumpy. So make sure all your belongings are nice and secure. Any smaller children, anyone that doesn't quite reach the floor of the tram with their feet, maybe make sure they're closer towards the center of the row for safety at this time. If you're going to have your cameras out, make sure they're nice and close. Make sure any lights and flash photography are off at this moment as well. Awesome. Looks like King Kong is just about ready for us. Hopefully you are ready to meet King Kong.
Mom. No video.
Have those 3D glasses nearby and ready, folks.
Oh, okay. Thanks, cousin.
around, everyone. We just survived King Kong 360 3D, one of the world's largest projected 3D attractions. Each screen inside that theater standing at 40 feet tall, 180 feet wide. Brought to you by Peter Jackson and his visual effects production team at Weta Digital. Now, Weta Digital have worked on the visual effects for other well-known movies, including Avatar, Furious 7, Lord of the Rings trilogies, and the Hobbit trilogies, just to name a few. King Kong 360 3D brought to life in 2010 as part of our Backlot Studio Tour. Now, let's talk about all the cool stuff you're seeing on your left. This is the official course for American Ninja Warrior. They're going to start filming later on this evening. Now, they film way after hours. I'm talking midnight to 6 a.m. They're going to be filming here with a live audience. I am not joking. This is a huge night shoot. They're filming here later on this evening. Our metropolitan area on your left have been home to some scripted shows, including Good Girls with Christina Hendricks, Mae Whitman-Retta, Brooklyn Nine-Nine with Andy Samberg. The Good Place filmed a couple episodes here as well. But yeah, never always quite the same studio tour. Pretty cool production activity over on your left-hand side. Now, during King Kong 360 3D, I'm sure we all couldn't help but notice seeing one of the cars of the tram physically being pulled into the film itself. Now, whenever we see a vehicle, any vehicle on screen for any kind of production, that is what we call a picture car. Over the years, this vehicle has changed its appearance and has been featured in several shows and movies over the years. So speaking of picture cars, we're going to see some other well-known vehicles in just a moment. Feel free to have your cameras back out. Shift your focus to your left as I bring you to one of our two picture car displays here on our backlot. On our left, he is Speechless, KITT from the 2008 Knight Rider series, Magnum PI's Ferrari, and some of the vehicles from the distant, distant future of 2015. Yes, the year they went back to the future. Some prehistoric cars from the Flintstones, but here at Universal, two of our biggest franchises, Cars and Dinosaurs. Fast and Furious 10 already in production. A two-part finale underway for those Fast and Furious fans.